Guys, I'm Deepthi Desikan, and in this video we're going to be talking about Kiro lipsticks, best-selling lipsticks from Kiro, lipsticks, liquid lipsticks, whatever lip formulation that they have, and I feel like are the best. So I have done such videos for other brands, and a lot of you guys were asking me to do it for Kiro as well. So here we are. I feel like this video is right in time with their newer launch because they've launched these. They're called the 4-play non-stop Airy matte liquid lipstick. So this is their liquid lipstick quad. So you have one which is called the ultimate quad and the other one is called the supreme quad. And this you have some of their best-selling nude lipstick shades. They're known for their nude lipsticks. Some of their nude lipsticks are super popular. Some of them are always out of stock. Sometimes you can't get your hands on it. So I have some of the other liquid lipsticks to swatch as well in this video. These liquid lipsticks have one of the best formulation in my opinion. They are super pigmented. They're comfortable on the lips. They are very long lasting. And I always get these comments like you want to try out a lot of different shades from Kiro, and I feel like this is a great option because you get 4 in 1 and they're easy to travel with. It's great. You have everything in one, especially when you're traveling. You don't want to carry a lot of liquid lipsticks. You have some of their best-selling shades and you can literally mix it up. If you feel like one of the shade is not working at that particular time, you just want to like mix and match, all of that would work really well. The formulation of this remains exactly like their other full-size formulation. So sometimes brands do alter the travel size of some things, but this is not like that. You get 4 shades in one, like I mentioned. It comes with an applicator like this, which looks really small and uncomfortable, but it's actually really easy to apply. And also these go on really beautifully intensely pigmented as well. So first up I will be swatching what is called the supreme quad, and I feel like this is really nice for people with light medium skin tones. Of course, even if you have medium skin tones, you can pick this one up, and then followed by ultimate quad, which I feel like works out for my skin tone, like my perfect nude shades as well. So first up from this supreme quad, I'm going to be swatching this first shade, which is called Nude Lily. So this shade in Nude Lily is a very subtle nude shade, and it's great for anyone of light to light medium skin tone or up to medium skin tones. Anywhere deeper than that, it might wash you out. Of course, if you're medium skin tones and you like your nude shades to be a little bit more pale, you'd absolutely love this one. Next up, going to be swatching this shade, which is called Maple Sugar. Now, this is a great deeper nude shade for light to light medium skin tones. For me, it's a really nice nude shade. I also really like the full size of this particular shade. It's something I use quite often. So this is something that wouldn't disappoint you. And it's a really nice shade to like mix with other shades as well. Like if you feel like Nude Lily is a little too mauve, you wanted a little bit of terracotta hints to it, you can mix this one with that as well. So the quad you can use on its own. You can mix up the shades. So that's a great thing. You have everything in one. Next up, we have this shade, which is called Cinnamon Nude. Now, Cinnamon Nude is actually a very subtle, cool toned nude shade. It is pulling a little bit deeper on my lips right now because of the previous swatches and the stain. So this is a very nice, cool tone nude shade for all skin tones. I really like it as well, but I do feel like I need to wear it with a full face of makeup on, but it's a beautiful shade nonetheless. The last shade we have in this is called Sandy Rose. So this is a very subtle pale pink kind of a shade, which is great for people with light and light medium skin tones. It's a really nice nude shade, or maybe like my lips but better kind of shade. Next up we have what is called the ultimate quad. First shade in this one is one of my absolute favorite shade. It's called Nutmeg Nude, which is one of their best selling very popular shades. This is a really nice warm brown kind of a shade, great for people with any skin tone out there, but especially for people with medium tan and deeper skin tone. This is something I can wear without makeup. It's a beautiful nude shade for my skin tone. I feel like I like to wear these kind of nude shades that doesn't wash me out, and this is, I feel like, a bestseller for a reason. It doesn't like look too nude, too pale, but not too dark as well, and it just complements so many different eye looks, so many different outfits, and just overall just pulls everything in together so beautifully. Next shade we have is called Pink Town, which is a very muted pinkish nude kind of a shade. Next up we have Nude Mocha. Next one we have is another very popular shade of theirs, which is called Nude Mocha. So this shade in Nude Mocha is again one of their best selling shades. It's a very peachy nude shade for anyone who likes that kind of a shade. And you can see once you apply it, it looks a little bit pale, but you can let it dry down and it turns out to be a tad bit darker and a very wearable shade, not as neon or peachy looking. The last shade from this range is called Nude Ginger. This one again is a very pink toned nude shade for my lips, and this is what it looks like. Next shade we have is called Nude Espresso. Now this is very similar to Nutmeg Nude, just that this is a little bit more brown and that has a little bit more mauve undertone to it. But on the lips they look quite similar, but this one is a tad bit more brown. And so if you have that and you don't really want similar shades, you can avoid this one, but this is also one of my favorite shades. It's something I tend to use so much. You can use a very light hand of this one. It looks very subtle, or you can apply it to its full intensity. The intense color payoff that it has is just beautiful. So this is Nutmeg Nude and this is Nude Espresso. I'm not sure how much the camera is pulling, but this is a lot more warmer, has a lot more orangish brown hints to it. This is a little bit more on the mauve side. So next up, swatching the shade called Dusky Grape. I feel like they nail it with the deeper liquid lipstick formulation. They go on so pigmented, not at all patchy, and just beautiful on the lips. This is a beautiful plum red kind of a shade, and it's just so flattering on so many different skin tones, so many different outfits, and you can see how deep this shade is, but it doesn't go on patchy at all, and it also doesn't form that rim in the center of your lips, and it's just very, very flattering and a very beautiful shade. The next shade I have is called Dark Currant. This one is more of a brown toned, darkened, blackened red kind of a shade. This is more brown toned than the previous one, but also has the same berry hints to it. I can't describe this one. So this is the shade Dark Currant. So this is in the shade Berry Eclipse. I feel like it doesn't have as much berry hints like the previous shades did. It is a lot of brown, deep brown, chocolate brown hints to it. And again, a very beautiful shade. Now you can pick up either one of this, but they do have different undertones to each. Pigmented, very long wearing, and would go really well with a lot of Indian outfits, off-white, gold outfits and all of that. And then we have the shade called Scarlet Poppy, which is a very pink toned red shade. And it's a nice red shade. Like if you didn't really want a warm toned red shade, you can definitely try this out. Very pigmented, not very runny, the formulation. It just amplifies, brightens the look, brightens the outfit. If you feel very dull a particular day, you feel like, look a little sick, you can try this out. This one does make your teeth look white. Next up we have the shade called Pink Pepper. Now this is a beautiful warm pink shade, again very pigmented, and a lot of you guys like pink shades out here, so I think this is a great shade to try out. But I feel like Kiro definitely needs to come up with different shades of pink, like deeper pink shades, berry toned pink shades. I think they really nail it and the formulation would be really good. I feel like there's something that is lacking in these liquid lipsticks. I feel like it is definitely shades of pink, but this is indeed a beautiful shade for people who really like warm pink shades. Next up, we have a very bright summer kind of a shade, which is called Terra Red. I mean, it's not for everyone. It's not everybody's cup of tea. But if you like bright shades, like a little bit of neon shades, you should definitely try this out. And the beauty of this shade is that it's very neon, okay? It's very bright, but the pigments are not separating. It's not exaggerating the flakiness of your lips. It's not drying out, and it's very pigmented, and it's not going on patchy at all. So that's why if you wanted to try out a bright shade, it should be from this range. Next up, swatching these Lush Moist Matte lipsticks. Some things that are my favorite shades, and I feel like some of these should be best-selling shades. These are like my absolute favorite shades. The formulation of these Lush Moist Matte range is amazing. Okay, it goes on like creamy and settles down to a comfortable matte finish. It does transfer quite a bit, but something about this, it's so long wearing yet super comfortable on the lips. It doesn't like fade away in a whiff or anything. There is a little bit of transfer, but it doesn't go away from your lips. And I've worn this throughout the day. Maybe you do have to touch it up a little bit, maybe after a meal, but nothing that is too drastic. Nothing like any other bullet lipstick I've tried out. It's not drying as well. It's a very comfortable, very lightweight. I feel like they've nailed it with the formulation, and I'm really hoping that there is a shade expansion in this, because I don't know, as many shades as they come up with, I would love to try it out. This is something that you should try out if you are someone who has very dry lips, very flaky lips, very chapped lips. You can't try out liquid lipsticks, but you can't try out bullet lipsticks as well, because you feel like they don't really last on your lips, or they dry your lips out all the more. Anything in general, if you have very sensitive lips and you're looking for really good formulation in lipsticks, this beats a lot of high-end lipsticks in my opinion. I mean, I have drawers full of... Get this drawers open. I mean, I have drawers full of lipsticks right here, but this is certainly one of the best lipstick formulations I've tried out. I love their liquid lipsticks, there's no denying that, but if people find that uncomfortable, I don't think that would be the case with these bullet lipsticks. So the first shade we have is called Warm Nutmeg. It's a beautiful brown toned nude shade. It's a warm brown toned nude shade. It has a little bit of pink hints to it as well. It's a very beautiful, wearable, everyday kind of a shade. Definitely try it out if you have light, medium, and medium skin tones. Another shade that we have is one of my favorite. This is called Nude Garnet, and this is a beautiful everyday lipstick shade. It has a little bit of like dusty rose hints to it. It's a great nude shade for my skin tone to wear without makeup on a daily basis, especially given that the formula is great. It does have a little bit of brown to it as well, so it might look very similar to the previous shade. So you can pick either one of it, but this is one of their popular shades and one of their best-selling shades, and it would be sold out most of the times. Next up, we have the shade called Ginger Tea, which I feel like is a lighter version of Nude Garnet, especially if you are of light, medium skin tone and you feel like Nude Garnet is a little too dark for your skin tone. I think Ginger Tea it is. It has a lot more pink to it and not as much of that dusty burgundy or dusty pink undertone to it. Another one of my favorite shades from this range, which is called Spicy Cinnamon, which is a warm brown shade, like a deeper brown shade. Great for people of medium tan and deeper skin tones. Would work like a really nice warm brown nude shade. I feel like if you wanted their liquid lipstick nude espresso in a bullet lipstick form, I think this is the one you should try out. This is again one of my go-to everyday shade. I love the formulation. Like I mentioned, the pigmentation, this color is so beautiful, especially if you are going for a very warm eye look, warm makeup, just anything warmer look. This is the one you should try out. It's not very cool toned. It has a little bit of, stark orange hints to it as well. Now this next shade ideally might not be one of their best sellers, but I feel like it's a very underrated shade and a very unique shade, something I couldn't dupe, and a lot of you guys would probably like it if you are in for these kind of shades. It has a little bit of red, deep red kind of an undertone. It has purple, it has that greige purple undertone to it, and it's a very beautiful shade, very unique, and I feel like this should get more recognition. Okay, last two products are their lip lacquers or lip butters. This one, I have this in two shades alone. I mean, these are the only two shades I own and I like both of this. So this one is very pigmented, but it is not transfer proof. It has a very sheeny glossy finish, but it does look very beautiful on the lips. The first one we have is called Rosewood. This is a beautiful brown, but it also has a little bit like of a purple mauve hint to it as well. It's again very beautiful, and it looks nice and pigmented on the lips. It's not something that dries your lips out, so I absolutely love this one. The next one we have is called Vintage Wine. I feel like it's a very retro shade. It's like that lunar berry in this lip butter form. It's again a greige purple shade. It looks really nice. Again, if you are in for these kind of shades, you should definitely try this out. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it helpful. I'll make sure to link all these products in the description box below. Yeah, let me know what other brands you'd like to watch, if you want me to continue these lip swatch videos, and if you want me to film any other video, any review videos, let me know in the comment section down below. And while you're at it, give this video a big thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell so you're notified every time I upload a new video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.